Am I the a-hole for not allowing my mother-in-law to witness me giving birth to my child? My mother-in-law wants to be in the room when I give birth. She is an unpleasant and pushy woman, and none of her own daughters have allowed her near them when they gave birth. My sisters-in-law are all at least 12 years older than my husband and are all done having kids. I am the last chance for my mother-in-law to see the birth of a grandchild. I have zero interest in letting that judgmental old woman see me down there. She has objected to me from the beginning because I have tattoos, and I'm not in any way interested in being a stay-at-home wife. I have a lot of tattoos and a career I plan on continuing. And I have tattoos down there that are none of her business. My husband is her baby boy. He is a good husband and has stood up for me against her many times. When she tried to interfere with our wedding, he put his foot down. When she tried to convince him that we should move to his hometown where he could work from, but I would not be able to find an employer in my line of work, he said no because my career is important to me. And while we can live off of his earnings and the cost of living is lower in his hometown, our combined earnings are much better altogether. She has started crying to him that all she wants is to see a grandchild being born. All her friends have experienced it and she wants it. He is starting to crumble under her emotional blackmail. So I made it clear that the only way I would agree was if, before the birth, my husband made arrangements for my father to witness him getting a colonoscopy. He would need a ride anyways, so two birds one stone, you know. He said I'm being ridiculous, but I said none of my brothers would let my dad see them getting a camera shoved up down there, and he felt left out. He finally understood my point, but his mother is upset that I used such a stupid comparison. She says that it isn't the same thing at all. I offered to change it to me watching her get a Brazilian wax, and she hasn't called in a week. I know seeing a baby being born might be her dream, but I am not interested. Am I the a-hole for not allowing her?
Here are the top comments.
Not the a-hole. Your boundaries are important, and it is unfair for your mother-in-law to pressure you into something so personal against your wishes.
Not the a-hole. Your comparison was perfect, and your feelings are reasonable. And frankly, your husband doesn't really get a say. This is your medical procedure, and you can simply tell your medical team she is not welcome.
You need to get in contact with your birthing center or hospital and put some things in place. You need to let them know who you want in the room with you and who you don't, and that your husband does not have veto over you when it comes to this. Also let them know that if he starts to cause a scene, because you won't let his mummy dearest in, then you want him gone too.
You know what would be funny? Is that if you allow your mom to witness, but then his mom is just outside the room waiting jealously. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm just spitting ideas.